wasn't my intention to start off that way. Hey, what's up? Are you going to be able to contain yourself?
Hold up. Okay.
Hey, what's up? This is Ryan and welcome to my channel. Today we're going off on a little bit different direction and we're going to be talking about pasta. Now, if I look back on my weight history, I'm thinking pasta probably had a pretty big role in getting me where I ended up. But that doesn't mean I still don't love it. So today I thought I'd look at some alternatives to wheat pasta that might be a little healthier, might be a little bit better, especially for people that have had surgery. Now we still can't eat very much of this stuff, but has a lot. All of these varieties have a lot more protein, fiber, and lower carbs than regular pasta, and we'll put some of that information up on the screen as we go through this and everything. So what we're going to be looking at today is I've got some black bean spaghetti, and all of these are spaghettis because that's kind of the quintessential pasta in my opinion. So I've got some black bean spaghetti, got some chickpea spaghetti, edamame spaghetti, and green lentil spaghetti. And this is stuff that I cut out.
Yeah, I know. I tell.
So we're going to do a little bit of a taste test and see how they taste, see how closely they might resemble regular wheat spaghetti, and then also compare some of their stats and see which ones really have the most protein. We're looking at 2-ounce sizes, which is probably the max that someone could eat after bariatric surgery or should eat. And we're going to compare them all at a 2-ounce serving size, see which one has the best fiber, see which one has the best net carbs, but above and beyond all of it, we want to look at taste. So the first thing we're going to do, let's unbox these. I'm going to set some of these aside and just unbox them and take a look at them. So, wow, that's pretty cool. So, they're very black. These are the black bean spaghetti noodles. Kind of look like the pasta that's been treated with squid ink. So let's open this up. Take one out. They're much thinner than regular spaghetti, like angel hair almost. So that's kind of what we're looking at, but a nice black color. That's really interesting. Raw. Kind of tastes like a black bean a little bit. Now we're going to take a look at the chickpea pasta. Now, in all fairness, I do have to admit that I have had this spaghetti before, but let's open this up and take a look. And this is the one that probably looks the most like traditional spaghetti in the package. And these are made with chickpeas. Take a little bit out. A little more. Seems very pasta-like. So we'll see what that's like. Let's check out the edamame. And if you're interested in trying any of these out, there are going to be links below where you can purchase them. They're all available on Amazon, and I've got the links in the description there. And this looks similar to the black beans, except it's obviously green and not black, but the thinness and length and everything is very similar to the black bean spaghetti. Kind of a nice green, kind of what you'd expect from edamame, I suppose. Try a little bit of that. And we've got green lentil spaghetti here. And it also looks quite a bit like traditional spaghetti. It's still a little thinner than normal spaghetti, but has a crunch very similar to regular spaghetti. Kind of get a little flavor out of it. Huh, interesting. So we're going to try to cook these all at the same time. They all take different lengths of time. And so the one that takes the longest is the chickpea. And that takes 8 to 10 minutes. So we're going to kind of split the difference on all of these. So we're going to put that in for 9 minutes total. Next one is the green lentil spaghetti. That takes 7 to 9 minutes. So we're going to shoot for about 8 minutes with that. That kind of makes sense because these two spaghettis are a little bit thicker than the other ones. What was that?
I said thick, with 2 C's.
Okay. The next one is the black bean spaghetti, and that takes 3 to 5 minutes. We're going to shoot for 4 on that and see how that works. And then the last one is the edamame, which only takes about 3 minutes, and you actually bring the water to a boil, put the edamame in, and then cover it and shut off the heat and let it sit in there for about 3 minutes. So that'll be the last one we put in. So this is the chickpea pasta. Put that right in there.
I'm probably the best part of this video. If you put in like some of the funny moments. You have to put in some of the funny moments.
And we had funny moments?
Well, the beginning. There's been funny moments, like right now.
What's funny about it?
Because we're all confused and not like.
Oh wait, I
missed his mark.
All right, so we're gonna put in now. We're gonna put in the green lentil spaghetti right in there. Now we're gonna wait till about 5 minutes and put in the black bean spaghetti. All right, so we're about down to the 5-minute mark, and we're gonna plop in this black bean pasta into this pot right here. And get it down, and we're supposed to lower the temperature down to a simmer for the 5 minutes. And now in a minute, we're going to put in the last one, which is going to be the edamame. So we're going to put the edamame in here and get it under the water, and we put the lid back on. That's a little hot, and we shut it off and let it go. All right, so now we've got all of these going. Got our chickpea really foaming up here, green lentil over here, black bean back here simmering, and then under this pot right here we've got the edamame. All right, so we got our spaghettis all done. Right now we just have them plain because we want to see how they stack up to maybe plain pasta. And the first one I'm going to try, which I have to admit I've already had before, but I have the chickpea pasta here. I have to say that the chickpea pasta is very traditionally pasta flavored. Like, I don't notice a whole lot of difference. The texture is very similar. The appearance is very similar. I don't think that I certainly don't think if you told someone that, hey, that wasn't pasta, unless they were like a professional chef or maybe Italian, that they'd ever know. All right, let's try. Oops, it's kind of sticking together here. So the green lentils have really stuck together. So we're gonna cut off a little bit. There we go. Now it's a little more sticky. There is a very slight flavor that is not kind of traditional pasta like. It's not unpleasant. I think with some sauce it would probably be very good. So yeah, not bad. I'd say it's not as flavor neutral as the chickpea, but not horrible by any stretch of the imagination. Now the black bean. So that's very nice. It kind of falls right apart. Okay, let's try that. Surprisingly neutral flavored. Like I would never guess they were black beans if I didn't know they were. I'd say it has even slightly less flavor, definitely less flavor than these other two. Very neutral, so I think it would actually carry a sauce quite nicely. So that is actually really nice. Yeah, not bad. And last but not least, we've got the edamame pasta, which I have to say does have a stronger smell to it, kind of a green smell. My producer says it smelled like seaweed. What?
Sorry, producer?
Yeah, producer. You're my producer, right?
What have I produced?
This video.
Well, I'm just filming. Wouldn't I be more of like a cameraman?
Fine, if you want to demote yourself. Anyway, so we've got the edamame spaghetti here, and let's give that a try. All right. So that does kind of have what I would describe as sort of a plant or green plant sort of flavor to it. It is not overwhelming. In fact, it doesn't taste nearly as strong as I thought it was going to. Not unpleasant. I would have this with pasta too. So all of them really, I'm actually quite surprised on the flavor, the taste. This definitely, the edamame definitely has the most flavor. That is unique to the others. I'd say the black bean was the most flavor neutral. Kind of lentilish, this green lentil pasta, and it was very thin, kind of stuck together, but that might have just been, it was a little overcooked by the time I got it out of there. And then the chickpea pasta, I would say, definitely the most like traditional wheat pasta. Now that we've got that part out of the way, got the tasting done, we're going to look at protein, fiber, and carbs. And all things that a lot of people who are getting in shape or post-surgery keep track of. And probably one of the more important things when you're deciding on how much of something you're going to eat and what effect it's going to have on your daily counts when you're looking at macros and things like that. Hi, as you've noticed, the background has suddenly changed and we're now back in my home office. And the reason for that is we had a little technical difficulty, and for whatever reason my camera stopped recording things. For now, we're blaming it on Cider, who you heard meowing quite a bit before the end of the shot in the kitchen. We think that it must have had something to do with him. So we're going to blame Cider. We'll forgive him, though. So anyway, we were about ready to talk about the protein, the fiber, and the carbs of these, which ones are better, and then talk about kind of my overall choice for spaghetti replacement, or I should say traditional wheat spaghetti replacement. So when we're talking about protein, the one that comes in at the bottom of the list, as you can probably guess, is regular spaghetti with 7 grams of protein. It's not horrible, but as you'll soon see, the other types of pasta do significantly better. So chickpea pasta comes in next with 13 grams of protein, and followed closely by the green lentil pasta with 14 grams. Both of those, almost twice as much as regular wheat pasta, and pretty significant amount. It's a decent amount of protein. You throw a meatball on there and you've got a pretty good meal as far as protein goes. But now when we step up to the next game, we've got the edamame pasta with 24 grams of protein and the black bean pasta with 25 grams of protein. That's like more than a quarter of the protein that most people need in a day in a 2-ounce serving. And even if you're only going to eat 1 ounce, you're still going to get 12 and a half grams of protein out of that. That's pretty substantial for a small serving like that. So round 1 on the protein, black bean, followed closely by edamame. So let's talk about fiber. Fiber, very important, helps the gut bugs grow, which has been shown to help your immunity, help signals in the body throughout your system function better. So gut bugs, very important. They love fiber. Also helps you feel a little more full, and it also cuts down your net carbs, right? It takes your carbs, reduces them down to net carbs. And so we like fiber. We want lots of fiber. And again, at the bottom of the list in the fiber is the regular spaghetti coming in at 2 grams. So only 2 grams of fiber for regular spaghetti. Gets bumped up a little bit with the chickpea at 5 grams and the green lentil having 7 grams of fiber. Not too bad. But again, where's our 2 champions from the last round? The next one, black bean, has 11 grams of fiber, and edamame has 12 grams of fiber. So pretty darn good on the fiber count there, which leads right into, okay, so what are the net carbs that we're talking about? Well, with regular pasta, 2-ounce portion of regular pasta, spaghetti, it's going to get you about 40 grams net carbs. So it has 42 total grams of carbs, and 2 grams of fiber, 40 net grams. So quite a bit of carbohydrates there in just a 2-ounce serving. Follow that with your green lentil, and that has 28 net carbs. So significant improvement over the regular spaghetti with only 28. Has 35 total carbs. Subtract the fiber, we've got 28 net carbs. And with the chickpea, it's right near the green lentil, only 27 net carbs on the chickpea. So 32 grams total carbs. Subtracting the fiber, you end up with the 27 grams. So they're about the same, pretty close. So who does that leave? Our final 2. Yeah, you guessed it again. Edamame and black bean seem to be at the top of the list here, and by a significant margin. So net carbs for the edamame, 9 grams. Black bean, 8 grams of net carbs. So you're talking about, with the black bean, you're talking about getting 25 grams of protein and only 8 grams of carbs in a 2-ounce serving. That's impressive. That is really, really nice, and allows you to get a little bit of a pasta fix in the meantime. So overall winner in my book, it's probably going to be the black bean pasta. So we had this brand, which was Explore Cuisine, a smarter way to pasta, organic black bean spaghetti, and highly recommended. I'm down with that. And again, I would eat any of these. The edamame, while being a stronger flavor, I didn't find offensive at all, and it's right up there with the black bean as far as protein and carbs go. And I'm not throwing out the chickpea or the lentil spaghetti at all. We'll have those with a meal too. Just going to have a little more carbs with it. That's going to be okay. But in the long term, I think I'm looking to the black bean and maybe occasionally the edamame. If you want to try these, there are links down below for Amazon where you can buy them and give them a try yourself. And if you do try them, please leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Send me a message, something like that. And while you're at it, if you haven't already, subscribe. We're going to have more cooking things in the future, talking about healthy eating and cooking and techniques and all kinds of stuff, because that's another thing that I really do love is cooking and eating well as I go on my journey here. I find it very important. So that's all I have for today. Until next time, take care.